look at that student, find out who they are, what they know, what their background is, and then look to what they could do that nobody else in the world could do as well as them. As a teacher, always, that's one of the things you want, is for them to be more knowledgeable, more confident, more capable as a result of their experience of working with you.
Yeah, she's really good with interacting with us and kind of like making us pretty much pay attention the whole time.
She certainly gets into it a bit more about some of the content. Yeah, you can see her enthusiasm.
And she's very passionate, so seeing that she's that passionate about the subject actually makes you believe it as well.
So I teach a second year botany course, and I've been doing it for a while now. And a big part of my motivation, and it's a common challenge, what happens if you know a topic's important, but it's not necessarily starts off being interesting to students? When students come in, we want them to understand not only what it's going to be like when they're here and what they're learning, but what they can then do afterwards. So one of the things I do a lot, call the funny facts. And they're the things where I tell them about the why of some piece of evolution. So take something they've observed to get people to understand that all the time these things affect us, they're relating it. So what do we know? What also makes an interesting story? But it's actually really profound examples of what they need to know in the course.
You really feel comfortable enough to ask questions all the time and get into the content.
She's really dynamic in the way she presents her class, and it's not just on the paper, she brings actual pieces of nature to us.
One of the things that I do is make use of the landscape and the environment. And we even harvest a lot of the samples we use from the campus, and that's so lovely because then they see it again. They go, oh, I know the name of that one now. Oh, I know why that one's there. Oh, look, that's that shape, that's why. And again, that's that thing, to embed it in their experiences. The fact that when they're finding that they've become so interested in stuff, they're telling other people. They've suddenly empowered themselves to, to become learners and teachers. And it's that part of it, that watching that process, watching that engagement, the excitement, and that really is profound, and that's really, really lovely for me to see. But it's watching the change in them, watching the trees appear in the forest. The lab gives a kinesthetic, experiential learning. The field gives that experiential learning. It's really important to be doing that, but also then having that theoretical underpinning. So looking at those different ways that people are going to be engaging and presenting the material in as many different ways as possible. One of the things that's been most useful for students is lifting the veil about why I do things when I teach. They really like to know we've put a lot of thought into what we're doing. It's not just arbitrary. The more I've explained to people why I do something as well as what I'm doing, the more they've appreciated and come back and said that was useful.